Hi, we're going to go over a couple problems off your affirmation. I'm not going to do them all, but I'm going to go over the mistakes you made and why they are. The first one, if you have a conditional statement, like if Melissa likes a milkshake, then the play is a success. Symbolic, we'd say that if P, then Q. The only conditional statement that is logically equivalent to that, that's what they're saying, which statement is also must also be true. The only one that's logically equivalent is the contrapositive. Not Q implies not P. This was a multiple choice question, so it should have been, if the play is not a success, then Melissa does not like the milkshake. You chose the inverse. The inverse is not logically equivalent with the conditional statement. So when you're picking one if you're given a conditional statement, you're going to say which one is logically equivalent. You've got to pick the contrapositive. That's the one we're looking at. The other one that you said confused you and you got wrong, but you didn't really get that much wrong. Because if it is sunny, that's your P, then Keisha is at the park. That's your Q. So you have P implies Q. You're told it's not sunny. I don't know why I put that therefore. I messed that up. Because you have it right. And then therefore, Keisha is not at the park, not Q. When you're looking at a conditional statement, there are three types of conditional statements you're going to come across that are kind of confusing. The ands and ors people usually get right. There is the law of detachment. If I can spell. The law of detachment says if P implies Q is true, if P happens, therefore Q happens. That's the law of detachment. We don't have that here, do we? There is also the law of contrapositive. Which says if P happens, if P implies Q is true, if not Q happens, therefore not P. Now there is a law of syllogism too, but you got all those questions right, so I'm not going to go over that. If that ends up that confuses you when you redo this, then we'll have to go over that. But you had all those right to begin with, so I think you know that. Notice, these are the only possibilities. Just because P doesn't happen doesn't mean Q isn't going to happen. So if it's not sunny, that doesn't mean Keisha isn't going to the park. She could choose to go to the park. That's fine. The only ones that are going to be yes are going to be the law of detachment. That is, if P happens, therefore Q must happen. Or the law of contrapositive that says if Q is false, then P is false. So that's why this one should have been no. That should have been the correct answer. Anything else is incorrect other than the detachment or contrapositive when it comes to the rules of logic.